Hello, people of Earth. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. If you're not, I feel that. So, by the title, you're like, oh, Savannah's going through it. Yep, Savannah's going through it. Basically, what's been going on with me the past more like the past month and a half, I've been having some really weird health issues. I don't have COVID or anything, but I was having headaches and nausea, and I thought it was because of stress from my job, but it ended up not being that because once I quit my job, they got worse. So I had to go to the doctor about like a week and a half ago, couple days ago, and she gave me this sheet that basically told me like go take these vitamins, drink more water, get more sleep, and a bunch of other more specific things, and it's helped a lot. My headaches are gone. My nausea's gone. I feel very, very at peace, which is weird because for the past, I would say ever since March, I have not been able to think clearly at all. And that's not an exaggeration. Like, once I started taking the B complex, magnesium, and what was the third one? There was a third one. B complex, magnesium, and fish oil. Fish oil. Once I started taking those as directed, my whole life changed. Like my whole life changed. Like it felt like I started being able to breathe again. It felt like I had been underwater for months. And it's really weird to be on the other side because now it's like, what? Like, what? Yeah, so that's why I haven't really been able to upload content because I literally couldn't think straight. I was barely able to film like the one video that I put out. Barely. I was barely able to film it just because I couldn't think. In the other videos, like the Twilight video, I was barely able to make it because I can't think straight. And I had to, the way I made those videos took like 3 times as long because I just can't, I couldn't think straight. Now I can, and I'm getting back into my routine. My routine is pretty straightforward. I have a 10,000 step goal. I want to read at least 20 minutes a night, and I want to work out, eat clean, and not drink a lot of coffee. Haven't been able to do the last one, but I'm working on it. But the reason that all the things I just mentioned and more are so important to me is because I haven't really been able to do any of those things because of my work that I quit. I quit my job about a month ago, and the way that job affected me mentally and physically was not okay. The reason I quit was because I don't know if it was a fight, but I kind of had a really weird discussion with my manager and assistant manager. I'm not going to go over it because that's a whole story time in itself, but basically I got called out in the middle of my shift, and they didn't fire me, but they told me that my body language could have been wrong. It was a whole thing. They were gaslighting me. They were saying like all these things that like they couldn't really describe that well. I was doing wrong. I was like, what are you talking about? And throughout the course of my time there, I've never had a problem until we got a new manager and about half the staff quit. So I'm not the only one who had problems because half the staff quit in about a month span, and I was one of those people. So it was just a lot. It was a lot, and the way they treated me was not okay, and it's been nice to take some time to examine my health because I had headaches and nausea during like my time at this job with the new manager, but they just got worse, and I just thought it was because of stress from my job. But now I have these vitamins I'm taking. I'm really making sure to put my mental health as a priority. That's why I read, which I'll do a review for, I read You Will Get Through This Night by Daniel Howe. Also because it's Dan, but just saying. I love Dan. If you're a longtime subscriber, you already know this. You already know. But I read the book and I had a mental breakdown about 2 weeks ago. Shout out to Diana because I texted her and she made sure to call me, and I appreciated that. But I was just really going through it where it was starting to become pretty common for me to cry at some point during the day or on the phone with someone for various reasons, but just talking to someone about how I can't think straight, and even me talking to you about not thinking straight is causing me a lot of energy. Like, everything just was a lot of energy, and I had all these things I had to do after I quit my job, and it was just hard to do all of these stupid little things. Like, I had to get my deposit back because my old apartment manager, because my apartment that I used to live in was run by douchebags, and then they fired everyone right as I left. So I was like talking to the old manager, like, hey, can I have my deposit back, which is $1,200? And he's like, I'm not the manager there anymore. So then I went to his superior, and his superior was like, I don't work there anymore. So I had to go to the property, and it was a whole thing. I finally called the right person, and they were like, oh, we already sent the check. And I was like, no, you didn't. Or if you did, I didn't receive it. And then they finally sent another one because the old one hadn't been cashed because I didn't get the check. And I got it, and I was able to get my deposit back, which was a big thing because that's a lot of money. And a bunch of other stupid little stuff like that. I bought a car, which I didn't want to buy, and the only reason I bought it was because I was quitting the job. I was quitting my job, and I needed to commute to the new location, and I might not even be working there. So now I have a car. Now I have a car that cost me $500 a month, and the down payment. I love my life, and I'm a college dropout. I love my life. I love how I've made it so hard for myself. But the reason I'm making this video, I don't know. It's like a video diary because I've only read 4 books this year. I think it's either 4, 5, 3, whatever. It's not a double-digit number. It's not past 5. I've been in a really big reading slump. That's why I haven't really been able to make the booktube videos that I've been wanting to make, because the Twilight video, I read Twilight last year, and I had to like read I had to go through the book and kind of refresh my memory and look at my notes to like get back into the reviewing zone, because this channel is built on the back of my book reviews. I don't know why people watch them, but I am proud of the content of that my book reviews are. However, I haven't been reading. So, and I don't feel comfortable making book reviews about old books unless I've really read all my notes, and I was not in the headspace to do that. So then I just had no book reviews to make. Now I do. But later. Later, because I honestly don't know what my life is anymore. I literally had a mid-year freakout because all of June was just me being stressed as hell because I quit my job, I bought a car, and I don't know when I'm gonna start at my new job, and even now I don't even know what that job is, and I don't know when I'm gonna start because the people at the new location should have called me by now, and they haven't. So I'm like, do I have a job? Because I was told I was gonna have a job. Anyway, so I actually had a mid-year freakout. It was interesting. It was not fun. I don't recommend it. But the tips I'm going to keep mentioning this book. The tips in this book helped me a lot because being mindful, I hate this chair. Being mindful, do you hear that? I'm just going to try not to move. This book was really helpful. It's like a general guide to mental health. I highly recommend it. I need to do more notes on it in order to do a review, but it helps me out. I actually used a lot of the tips in here, and sometimes it's just nice for someone that you kind of look up to say, "You can get through just not just this night, but this day, this year, this life." You know what I mean? It's just kind of nice. So, yeah, I was kind of going through a really, really big depression in June, and I don't really want to talk about it just because I feel like when people say I was going through a really rough month or really rough period, because it was more like a period, but I think being alone just really got to me. But anyway, when people say like I've been going through a rough phase, I think we all know what that means. It means different things to different people, but I think you can kind of get the gist of what that means for me if you've been on the channel for a long time. But I've been having a hard time like figuring out my place, like what am I gonna do? I really don't know. I've been doing stocks. I'm getting into crypto mining, not Bitcoin or Ethereum. I'm getting into helium mining. You should too. It's better, way better for the environment than Bitcoin and Ethereum is not. Anyway, I went down a rabbit hole of cryptocurrency stuff, off topic, but I've been having a hard time finding my place in this world, and me being alone for so long, because I've been on my own for over a year, about a year and a couple months, and it's just been hell, to say the least. Like, I've been sleeping with a baseball bat for so long, and at my old apartment where I filmed the after video and a lot of other videos, that apartment was so bad. It was like a cave. I lived in a cave, and I was the only like apartment in the area, and I was also in one of the worst areas of the city I live in terms of like studio apartments. So it was not fun because I had a drug dealer as a neighbor. His house burned down, by the way. That happened. I actually was on shift at my job, and my job isn't far away from where I lived. So I had to ask my shift lead, "Hey, can I check to make sure that's not my house burning down?" And then I ran over. It was my neighbor's. But yeah, it was because of an electrical thing or something, and that's why the manager at that property got fired, and because it was his fault, basically, for not handling it correctly. Anyway, but I've been going through it. I had to fix a lot of loose ends. I still have a lot of loose ends. I don't know where I'm gonna go with my life. It's a fun time, and I'm not in debt. I have a lot in savings because I'm smart with money. I like to think so anyway. And I'm trying to figure out what kind of content to make because I've had so many ideas, and then I just don't do them because I'm like, I don't think anyone will like this or whatever. Like there's one video that just has a really long script, and I want to edit video behind it, but I'm not good with that, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather just sit and read the script, but I don't know if you guys would like that. I don't know. And then since this channel was made with book reviews, I feel the need to do book reviews, and I enjoy doing them, but they don't align. My content is just all over the place. I feel like anyone who's been here understands. Like, it's whatever I feel like making. I don't really care that much about views. I just care about comments. And if I don't think something's engaging, I'm not gonna make it. So there's been that. But I've been getting back into the groove. I feel more myself now that I can actually think straight. I feel more myself, that I'm getting into my routines, because I kind of lost that because my old job was screwing me up. They would schedule a lot of late nights with early mornings. They were being weird, and I don't understand why. I don't know why, but they were really weird, and I don't know what I'm going to be doing in a month. I don't know where I'm going to be living in a month, which is weird to say. I'm comparing all my options. I'm trying to figure out what jobs that I want to do because I have a lot of options. I just have to pick one. And yeah, I'm pretty scared, to be honest with you. I have faith that it'll work out, but the thing is that it doesn't work out until it works out. And then up until then, you have the faith that it will work out. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't get a deal I made with myself, and I told my dad about it, so I kind of made a deal with my dad, is that if I don't figure out my life in 3 years, because it was 4 for college, in 3 years, it's like the length of like I would be at college. If I don't get my stuff together in whatever 3 years from now is, I need to go to college and be a brain surgeon or become a welder or something. Like I have to choose something, and that's kind of a lot of pressure that I have 3 years to kind of figure out my life. And I don't know. I just feel this huge pressure to be more successful faster than everyone because I'm a college dropout, and I didn't go to college. I went it's a whole thing, but I didn't go to college, and I don't want to go to college. I was top 1% in my class. I had straight A's. I did honors AP classes. I just don't want to go to college. It's just not my thing. That being said, I don't really know what I'm doing, and I kind of wish I went to college just to prolong being an adult, because being an adult sucks. If you're not an adult now, treasure your childhood. This sucks. It sucks so much because you realize how much money is required just to stay afloat, and it's not the time. Anyway, well, I've been rambling. This was my mid-year freak out. What am I going to do for the rest of the year? I'm going to try and read more. I'm reading Sing Me Forgotten. I need to finish Crime and Punishment. I was supposed to finish that for my senior year. Did I? No, because we were in quarantine and I just didn't have the motivation to do that. So I'm going to finish that like a year late. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I always say I'm gonna try and post more, and I don't because something comes up. I will talk to you later. Bye.